Hey, so today I really wanted to talk about Capcom because they have really been crushing it lately. Okay, so let's start with Street Fighter 6. Their support for it has been good in terms of crossover events, clothing items, costumes for characters, and the new characters coming out like Aki, Rashid, and soon Ed and Akuma. They've not done any big balance patches. They kind of just had faith that the game would be good to go right out the gate. Now, I had never really been into Street Fighter before Street Fighter 6. The only one that had really caught my eye was Third Strike. That was more for the animations than the gameplay. Street Fighter just never clicked with me. Street Fighter 6 is the first time I've really gotten into it and really enjoyed it. I think it's super casual friendly, and that's a good thing. That's a positive, not a negative. I just hope that they can manage to retain those casual players through the new character releases. And Capcom are known for always doing their own crossover events as well. So Monster Hunter has a load of Street Fighter, Mega Man, Okami kind of crossovers. So we might see some of that. But that isn't even what I want to talk about the most. What I'm really excited for is Dragon's Dogma 2. That's looking like it could be my game of the year already. I'm a huge fan of the first Dragon's Dogma. I think it was criminally underrated when it came out. I was one of the early adopters. The game only got better with Dark Arisen, honestly. The fact that they implemented an actual, more usable fast travel system is very appreciated, and all the extra content was really good fun to play through. Now, I'm hoping that they've learned a lot more since then. I know they have. I'm hoping they prove it. The world looks really, really interesting and engaging. It doesn't divert too much from what we all love from the first game. It looks more like a refinement. They just released a trailer for the Trickster class, and that seems to just really reward creative thinking and unique ideas. You're kind of like a glass cannon in a way, because you can have enemies sort of throw themselves off cliffs, essentially killing them straight away, but you yourself don't really have any way to defend yourself or fight back. You have to outwit and trick your opponents. I'm really feeling like sometime this year we're gonna get at least a teaser trailer for the next mainline Resident Evil game. It's been a while since Village came out. Village is my favorite Resident Evil game. It trumps everything else for me. It's just so fun, so interesting. I love that Eastern European setting. I think them going first person for the last couple games was a really good idea. It lets them do their typical Resident Evil puzzle formula in a different way. I'm not too sure where 9 could go. I'm expecting it to start Ethan Winter's daughter as the protagonist. It could be that she ends up back in Raccoon City or something like that. We've not seen a proper city environment yet with these first-person Resident Evil games. I've always imagined the Resident Evil games as trilogies. So 1 to 3 are the fixed camera angle trilogy. 4, 5, and 6 are the over-the-shoulder action-based trilogy. 7, 8, and 9 are going to be the first-person trilogy. Now, as for 7, that harkens back to sort of the older games where they are based around a mansion. Now, Resident Evil 8 obviously takes a lot of inspiration from Resident Evil 4. Very similar backgrounds, both of them being Eastern European, distinctly. Moving on, I've always been a pretty big Monster Hunter fan. I always think I'm burned out with Monster Hunter, but then a new one comes out, and I end up picking it up and loving it. Now, Monster Hunter Wild seems like it's going to go down the world route and try a more visually demanding kind of game. Obviously, Rise was made for the Switch and then got ported onto PC and PlayStation. Now, what I'm really hoping for with Wild, I basically want to see more playstyles opened up. I want to be able to see variety with a single weapon. I don't have any ideas. It is a tough ask, but they've been really creative so far with the Silk skills, and I'm sure that they can do that. I also would like to see, a few more new monsters. I love returning monsters, but new monsters are always the most interesting thing to me. The Monster Hunter team always really care about how the design of the monsters look and how they feel like they belong in their environment. So if they eat a certain kind of food, maybe they will have a blunt and strong beak to crack open something, right? If they need to dig a lot, their claws will be longer and sharper, indicating that. There's a really cool old concept art where all of this was written out, but this basically goes to show that they do think about this kind of thing, which is really cool. And it just shows the amount of effort that goes into making a new Monster Hunter game. Something me and my friend Ansus always end up talking about is the environments in Monster Hunter games and how cozy they can be, especially the home hubs. And I really can't wait to see what they do with these ones. I think the last few home hubs have been decent. They've been interesting, but the old home hubs of Monster Hunter Freedom Unite and Try and even Portable Third, which I haven't played a lot of, they have just such a cozy feeling. Maybe it's nostalgia, but I do think they've got something special going for them. And this might not be of interest to many people, but I do want to talk about Exoprimal. I tried Exoprimal a couple months ago for the first time. I didn't want to buy the game because I kind of thought it was going to suck, not going to lie. But I tried it anyway through Game Pass, and I played more of it than I thought. I completed it. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. I think more than anything, what it really achieved was being uniquely successful, like holding my attention that entire duration just because of how many new things kept coming up and how unique it all was. It's a shame that Capcom weren't really rewarded for committing to such a creative and unique idea. So yeah, I kind of just really wanted to talk about Capcom because they're doing a lot, and I'm excited to see what they announce this year, and I'm like 95% sure that a Capcom announcement is coming this year. Not sure when, but we're gonna hear some cool stuff. Believe you me. All right, thanks for watching. Love to hear what you think about it all. I'll see you next time.